Well, usually this is a spot where at other conferences you get up and talk a little bit about your company, but I'm going to steal one of Jack Dangermond's jokes from UC one time. If you're at this event and you don't know about Esri, you might be at the wrong event. So we won't really go through any of that. Yeah, just from a general from a general perspective, when you go to these events, I know sometimes the day job gets in the way, we're distracted, but I think there's a lot of great things to learn, and just be open-minded, hear what the speakers are talking about, and take it all in. And I told Mark there's no truth to the rumor that the guy with the sword is Arn. He's not listening. So really what I want to spend my time with was talk about a couple of things. First, the events. I know most people have to set their budgets, travel schedule, and things well in advance. So I want to give everybody some heads up on some things that are coming down the pike, so to speak. Actually, October 8th here in South Point at DT Midstream is going to be the Esri Pipeline Seminar. I put a QR link there, open to everyone. Obviously, space is limited, so if you're interested in going, by all means, please sign up. And then we have two conferences in Palm Springs, granted not South Point, but Palm Springs. We have our Esri Partner Conference, and where's Andy? I was talking to Andy about this outside earlier, but he, with Platte River, saying it was a really great event. So for any of our partners that are interested, and then we have our Developer and Technology Summit, which I've heard really good things about. So those two are coming up in March. And then our big event on the oil and gas side is EnerGIS. This year it's a little later than usual. It's going to be May 18th through the 20th in Houston. For people that go back a ways, we know it as PUG, right? So the old PUG meeting, but it's going to be, last year we moved it back to 3 days. It went to 2 post-COVID, but we went back to 3 days and pretty successful. And then next July 13th through 17th is the Esri User Conference in San Diego. Just wrapped it up a couple months ago. Again, I think from what I've been told, it's the second largest conference in San Diego behind Comic-Con. So about 15 to 20,000 attendees every year, some great speeches. So if you ever get a chance to go out, I'd highly recommend at least once going out and seeing that. The other thing I want to talk about is the APUG, or the Appalachian PUG. And PUG really is synonymous with kind of the Esri user group, and PUG being the petroleum Esri user group. We have a really good committee here in the Appalachian area. One of the things I talk about with Mark and Harold a lot is that we work really well with the EnerGIS team, right? We have monthly calls. They sit on it. As you can see, we're here. So we'd like to get you guys being active in both, really, if we can. So some housekeeping from a committee perspective. I'm going to ask the committee members that are here to stand up. Please, introduce yourselves to them at the break, and we'd love to get you guys more involved. So John Wright, who's Range Resources. Hey, John. Debbie Sheeler, or Deb as I call her, Sheeler. And my old friend Becky Griffin. Becky's going to actually be transitioning off the committee, and Vance Heffley, who I think a lot of you know, is going to be coming on. Vance couldn't be here today, so he had to go to a conference. But what I also put was a QR code. There's a LinkedIn page for the Appalachia PUG. Contains all the events that we have coming up. I think in 2026, we're going to try to be a little bit more active and have 4 events. So please sign up. Our next event is the 13th, right? If that's what I have up there, so I hope that's correct, right? Yes. So invitations will be sent out shortly, but if you're interested in going, please just go to the LinkedIn page, sign up, and we'll get you on the distribution list. They're not working right now. Excellent. Okay. So we have to go the old way and go Google, but I will see if I can get them updated for when my colleague David speaks. I'll see if I can get the codes updated by then for you. Okay. Technology. So just one thing, and this is just kind of throwing out there what we are hearing out there in the space from a lot of our clients, are 3 kind of big trends right now. AI, I'm not going to steal my colleague David Jacob. He's going to speak on that later, on the GeoAI, so I don't want to go too high on that. But the other 2 things that we're hearing a lot about are digital twin and operations optimization. Digital twin, we've been doing some work with Chevron on their refinery just south of LAX. If you ever flew into LAX just south, you see this gigantic refinery. That's the Chevron refinery, basically making digital twins of that so that when there's an alarm or an issue goes out, they know right down to the valve number or part number, looking at this digital twin, what it is. In some situations, they'll actually send a drone up first before they put someone up there to make sure it's a valid alarm or a valid issue, and then go out and work on that. So that's a pretty interesting thing. I think you hear a lot of that in the space, and that's one I would definitely recommend you all just follow up on, just research-wise. And then obviously operations optimization. I talked about this a little bit last year. I think most people know this. It's kind of a trick question, but the number one cause of accidents in the oil and gas field is traffic, right? Automobile accidents, truck accidents. So just keeping either trucks off the road or drivers off the road, which is pretty much impossible, but when they're on the road, making sure they're going the most effective route, you don't have drivers crisscrossing and so forth. So that's been a big trend we've been hearing a lot about as well. So, just wanted to put that out there, use our 10 minutes, not so much to talk about Esri, but just tell you what we've heard in the space and so forth. So thank you all. Thanks to the EnerGIS team for having us again. We're really happy to be here. I think this is my third year in a row, and I think we've been doing it since the inception. So any questions on anything and everything Esri? Because David's really happy to answer if we need it. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you.